Hi everyone, and welcome to your time on the mat. Today you will only need your mat, but if you know that your yoga flow likes to have a set of yoga blocks nearby, then you are always welcome to do that. So it's a recommended day if you want them, but the pacing is going to kind of go as well. So this is one of those meet yourself on the mat days. I'm loving what I have for you all today, so I hope you enjoy it as well. But you might keep yoga blocks nearby. You may not have time for them, and that is okay too. So as always, just anchor into the cueing, do what you can, and leave the rest, right? We have an ebb and a flow every 4 weeks from new moon to new moon. And in this cycle, we're headed towards the full moon, so we're kind of amping up with that energy today. All right, so go ahead and start on your back. We're just gonna start with a good classic set of hundreds here. So bring the knees in, give it a little hug. Place the hands behind the knee crease. Take an inhale to scoop your belly button up underneath the rib cage. Exhale to hold it there high and tight. Inhale to scoop it up. And then exhale to press the legs out. Let it carry your head, neck, and shoulders up. If it doesn't feel good in the head or the neck, you could put a yoga block underneath your head or just bring it down to the mat, okay? If you're in that curled up position, arms go down by your side, right? And if you're curled up, you need space between your chin and your chest. Start your pumping for your hundreds here. Inhaling and exhaling. Watch that the belly button isn't pooching in and out as you go, okay? Remember, your head can be down. Could be on a yoga block, or it could be fully curled up, okay? If your practice supports it, you could extend the legs, or you could try, see how it works. And they're in parallel today, you might lower them down to that 45 degrees. Keep scooping, pull away from your clothes in the core, inhaling and exhaling. Squeeze down in the armpit, pump with the back of your triceps, inhaling and exhaling. In and out, in and out. Last time, inhale and exhale. Bring the knees in towards your chest. Roll the shoulders down and back, place your arms on the mat. Extend through the back of the knee creases as long and straight as they'll go. You may either stay here, okay, work the breath, work the restorative posture here, and allow the back of the knee creases and hamstrings to open simply by being here. Or take yourself up and over into plow, or as far into plow as your body allows. Flex the feet, press and go. So anywhere in between is completely valid, okay? There is no right positioning. If your feet are overhead, reach through the back of the knee crease. Make sure the hamstrings are active and lengthening. Try to push through the heels. If you can create more space between your ears and your shoulders, that would be lovely. Inhaling and exhaling. In and out. In and out. 2 more inhales and exhales. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Okay. You may either roll down through the spine, okay, or you can bring bent knees in and then rock on up to a seated position, okay? From here, we're gonna flip to your all fours position, tuck the toes under. This is like the classic signature of this month and this session. Some thumbs reaching towards each other, middle finger reaching towards the edge of the mat. Tuck the toes under best you can. Start your circles one direction for 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep lifting the belly button up and underneath the rib cage as you go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stop and then circle the other direction. Inhaling and exhaling as you go. Seeing if you can get things to smooth out and feel supple. We're working around and inside those hip sockets. This is important for the grounding and rooting and the strength and the overall health of your pelvic floor and the pelvic bowl. 2 and 1, okay? Come back to center. Reach the thumbs for each other. Middle finger towards the edge of the mat. And if you want to undo the toes, you can. If that's like just really uncomfortable, it's totally fine. You're going to go back and forward. Emphasis on the forward for the stretch in the forearm and the wrists. This is part of the subtle movement that you go, how is this going to make me stronger? How is this going to open up the energetic flow? It's really important that the joints have supple movement and flow so things don't get stuck there, okay? One more forward, trying to keep the meaty part of the palm on the mat and back. Then rotate the palms to where the fingers are reaching back towards you, okay? Dig into the meaty part of the palm, even bend the elbows if that's what needs to happen. And then the back portion of it, as you shift back, is where the stretch is, the forward is the release. So if you have tight forearms, if there are any carpal tunnel issues, if you do a lot of work with your hands, typing, texting, or knitting even, you may find that, man, these are pretty tight, okay? And when we do these stretches, you're gonna be like, that's kind of uncomfortable. It's all the more reason to do them, right? So, 3, 2, and 1, okay? Come off of the hands for a moment, clasp the fingers, give them a little rotation in the wrist, just a little love, a little shake out, okay? We are headed to a good flow, then the other direction, where they're gonna be worked and they're gonna be needed. 2, and 1, and then release, and you can shake them out if you want to, okay? So from here, start from your all fours position, tuck the toes. Extend through the back of the knee crease to head towards your down dog, okay? Now, we're gonna adjust. If you find that your hands are sliding, wipe them off and put them back on the mat, right? So from here, feet are a little bit wide, all right? Bend at the knee crease really deep. Send the sits bones to the ceiling, shake your head no, let the head hang. Squeeze down in the armpit but bend at the elbows. Then extend through the back of the knee crease, but the goal is to keep the sits bones aiming for the sky. So if you feel your booty tuck under, your little tail wag underneath, no good. Reach for the ceiling. It may feel like you're sticking your butt out. That is okay. You will feel the length in the back of the hamstring, and that's what we want. Bend the knees deeply, send the sits bones towards the ceiling. Okay, squeeze down in the armpit, bend at the elbow. Extend through the back of the knee crease, but focus on keeping the sits bones up towards the ceiling. Wherever those heels go, it's where they're going to go. Do not force, smash, or press them. Bend at the knees. Do it again. Lift the sits bones. That's the most important piece. Remember, we are always working from the core out. Your spinal column is the home of your sympathetic nervous system, your nerve way, railway, highway, and your magic, your kundalini energy. We want extension and length and free flowing space there. Okay? From here, inhale the heels up, exhale to plank. If you need to adjust the wrists, go ahead. Okay? From here, take an inhale, exhale to lower down. So if you can do a full lower, that's fine. If you need to bend the knees first, go ahead to lower down, chaturanga. Lift to your up dog. Push through the meaty part of the palm, squeeze down in your armpit. Don't crush the neck. Chin to chest, lift the space between your pubic bone and belly button. Flip the feet when you're ready. Take a breath here. Inhale. And exhale. In. And out. One more breath in. And out. Heels come up to plank. Then we do our push back, forward, back, forward. Only one more. Back, forward, hold. Walk, step, jump, or float to the front of your mat. So that means you can take your feet up, you can go slow, you can go at your own pace, or you can hop, forward fold. Okay? Inhale to a flat back, exhale down. Inhale to flat back, exhale down. Press through the meaty part of the palms if you can touch the floor. Okay, if you want blocks and you want to be able to push, you can do that too. You are looking slightly out past your toes as you drive through the meaty part of the palm and really squeeze down in the armpit. And then release here, okay? You have choices. You're going to walk, step, or jump back to plank. So it really can be like your own pace. If you're going to hop, You're going to do that float into chaturanga. Take an inhale, exhale to lower. Everybody lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Flip the feet. Take an inhale and an exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Lift the heels. Come to plank. Push back plank. 3, 2, 1. Hold. Walk, step, jump or float to the front of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale the flat back, wherever that is for you. Exhale down. Inhale the flat. Exhale down. Either inhale the flat or push the floor. Look slightly past your toes. Squeeze down in the armpit. Release. Walk, step, float or jump back to your plank. Chaturanga. Lower the knees if you need to. Inhale to scoop up. Squeeze down in the armpit. Space between your ears and your shoulders. Inhale, chin to chest. Lift that space from your pubic bone to your belly button. Flip the feet. Okay? Take 3 inhales and exhales here on your own time. Squeeze down in the armpit. Bend at the elbow. Reach through the back of the knee crease. And release and exhale. Okay, inhale the heels up. Exhale to plank. 3 forward back. 3, 2, 1. Hold. Walk, step, jump, or float to the front. Forward fold. Inhale the flat back. Exhale down. Inhale the flat. Exhale down. Either inhale the flat or press through the meaty part of the palm to the floor. Feel that low core engage in all of that shoulder girdle strength. Release. Walk, step, float, jump, make your way back to plank. Last time, lower down. Inhaling up. Exhaling, down dog. 3 inhales and the exhales here. In and out. If your hands are sliding, adjust. In and out. Last breath in and out. Inhale, one leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale that leg up and back. Exhale, elbow to the opposite. Inhale up. Exhale the knee to the outside. Inhale up and hold. Bend the knee. Take it open. If you feel comfortable with it, flip. Wild thing reach. 3, 2, 1. It does not have to be fancy or pretty to come back. Find your down dog. Okay? Lift the sits bones. Bend at the elbow. Squeeze down in the armpit. Hang your head. Other leg lifts towards the ceiling best it can. Knee to nose. Reach it back. Knee to the cross elbow. Reach it back. Knee to the outside elbow. Reach it back. Stay here. Bend the knee. Open the hip if you feel like it. Flip your dog. Reach. Wild thing. Inhale and exhale. 3, 2, 1. Come back. Does not need to be pretty. Find your down dog, okay? Take an inhale and an exhale. Walk your feet to your shorter dog. There's still space between your 2 feet. Big toes try to aim straight ahead. Squeeze down in the armpit. Opposite hand reaches to the opposite ankle best you can. Twisted dog. Come back to that short dog. Other hand reaches opposite ankle best you can. Reach back to your short dog. From here, if it calls to you, bring your feet together for a narrow dog. Okay? If you're like, not happening in the balance, keep it wide where you were. Squeeze down in the armpit, bend at the elbows, reach for that twisted dog in a narrow position if it works for your body. If not, keep working with the other wider feet. Other side, twisted dog. Back to center. Regular dog in this narrow place. Take an inhale and an exhale and an inhale and an exhale and a breath and out. Bring the knees down. Sit back over your heels, not in child's pose. just to a seated position for a moment. Lace the fingers, roll them 3, 2, 1. Roll the other direction, 3, 2, 1. Unlace, relace the weird way with the opposite thumb on top. Do it again. 3, 2, 1. And go the other way. 3, 2, and 1. You might want to watch this one first. This is one where it may sound odd, but it totally works, and you all have been in prep for this before. So we're going to start from a wide plank position, meaning hands go wide to the sides of the mat. You may even line up your middle finger with the edge of it if that's not too much of a balance challenge. You're going to be in a wide space here. Then the feet reach from one side to the other side, okay? Now you have done these before where you're going to have to figure out actually where your arms just feel comfortable and you know I can balance on that, okay? The first step here is to reach one arm out. Your body will shift. The second step is to try to press back into a down dog pike and then come forward into plank. You may need to adjust the hand to support that back position as you come back out, okay? So, start in an all-fours position, everybody. Take the feet wide to the sides of the mat and then figure out like where it feels comfortable to have the arms supported here. Try reaching one arm out. Your body will have to shift to that other arm. You can stay here. Then just see, can I shift back? That hand is aiming to get back by the hip. Reach the sits bones to the ceiling. Then shift back to your plank. Try it again. Lift the sits bones. Now here's where this armpit squeeze shows its awesome superpowers. Come forward. Switch hands. If your hands are sliding, that's a whole other thing. Okay, and really uncool. So reach the other arm out. Squeeze down in the armpit of your arms big time. That single arm, that again is where like the strength of the shoulder girdle gets to shine. One more time. Reach back. Squeeze down in the armpit. Aim your sits bones for the ceiling. Come back to plank. Hold. Bend at the knees. Sit back over heels in child's pose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Shift to all fours. You're gonna like it on day 3, I promise. Tuck the toes under. Okay. Shift back to your plank. And this is our plank push. Back and forward. Back and forward. Squeeze down in the armpit. Lift through the low belly. You're gonna do 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay? Step one foot forward, plant the other one back. Okay? Hang best you can. Little hamstring love here. 3, 2, 1. And your hands do not need to be on the ground to do this. Shift feet, step forward, step the other foot back. So if you're in hanging, like, still works, all the same stuff. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay? Step the feet together. Come down to all fours. This time you're going to twist, right? So walk the feet out. Feet are together, ankles are together. As you press back, you shift the knees to one side. Come back to plank. Twist and shift. Come back to plank. The speed is up to you. Squeeze down in the armpit. Okay? Clearly, oblique, but a lot of upper body. You can do 2, 2, 1, and 1. Hold. Shift back to your down dog. Take the feet a little wider. Squeeze down in the armpit, bend at the elbow. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend at the knees. Release the toes. Shift to your child's pose. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Peel and roll up through your spine. That's the last thing to come up. Transition however is best for your body. We're headed towards hug the floor, okay? So, you're gonna lie on your front, arms reach out to the side, okay? Turn to one cheek, bend at the knees. Inhale to scoop your belly button up underneath the rib cage before you even go, and then start to rotate those knees open. So you always go to where your body will allow it to go, right? But then see if that other one can come along. It doesn't have to. Arm comes up, or it opens with gravity. Again, if the head comes up, that's fine too, you guys. Gravity's gonna take care of the stretch here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay? Roll to the mat. Hug the floor. Thank you, floor, for supporting us. Every time we fall, you are there for us. Switch sides of your face. Rotate through the knees, okay? As you rotate, the big deal is to tuck the tailbone and keep your core connected. When we rotate, especially in this lower SI joint space, if your core is not connecting, you're just hanging in those joints and it's not good, okay? And if you give it just the tiniest bit of tuck under, it gives space and length and support to it instead of really compressing in it. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale and exhale. In and out. Okay? One more time on each side. Give your floor a hug. Say thank you. Okay? Remember that if you're not falling, you're not really trying to leap, right? So we appreciate the floor for catching us when we fall. Okay? If you want to this time, bottom palm can face up and it kind of shimmies down. You can, invite the arms to connect, or if you can get the fingers to lace, you may. It's not required, and be gentle on it, right? Shoulders are the most injured joint in the body because they have such an open 360-degree range of motion, but that doesn't mean our particular shoulder is strong or supple enough and balanced enough to do all of those things. So we have to take care of it and guide it into that balance so it can do what it's built to do. Release. Last time, other side. Hugging the floor, a moment of thanks. Right? Turn the cheek. And then rotate through the legs and the upper body best you can. Alright, so if you want to, that bottom palm can turn up. And if the hands come together, great. If they don't, they're just reaching for each other. Whether or not the hands are touching, you're going to drive the fingertips or the knuckles away from the body. That lengthens the arm, that opens and stretches the chest. That guarantees you are not hanging in the joints. The biggest mistake in stretches is that we release and we hang. That actually doesn't do any good for our mobility or flexibility, and it can really hurt things. So keep reaching with length in your stretches. Stretches are still active and connected. Release, come to center. Okay, take a moment, then come to all four as best you can. Okay. From here, you're just going to come to a seated position. So I can turn either direction, it doesn't matter. The knees are going to be bent, and we want to do a seated ball position. It's beautiful for the circulation of energy in the body. It's wonderful restorative posture, and it can look like so many different things. So if you're more comfortable and your low back needs more space, it may be a really wide position. Okay, if you're like, no, I'm good, let's give it a whirl, then it'll be really narrow. From my mamas on the mat, we've got to make some space for that little unicorn you were brewing, okay? There's quite a few of you right now. So feel free to take up space for what works in this posture, right? So whether it's wide or narrow, you want to lift through the spine first, okay? Then the goal is to feel like a little teapot spout that pours up and over, okay? Now, then you open up through the low back, inhaling to scoop that belly button towards and up and underneath your rib cage, and exhaling to keep it there. So it is like roll like a ball. It's just in a seated position, okay? But I want you all to really feel the difference. Peel and roll up through your spine as to being perked up on your sits bones and arcing out like a gorgeous dive away from the board versus sinking in the low back, trying to get your head towards your belly button. That hangs in the low back. That's no good. Okay? So you want to sit tall. You can reach underneath the knee creases, then arc forward, lift from your core. Okay? Now again, if the knees come closer in, right, you don't have as far to go. So inhaling and exhaling. Wherever you are, you may hold underneath the knee creases. You can hold onto the ankles and the feet. It could be wide, it could be narrow. Inhale into the back of the low back, around the kidneys. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Peel and roll up through your spine. Head is the last thing to come up. Okay? Last time. Inhale and exhale. Work the up and out, which means your core has to be like really stable and strong as it scoops and allows forward rotation over the rib cage. Okay? Then inhale to scoop and create space between your torso and your thighs. Exhale to try to hold it there. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. One more breath in and out. Peel up tall through the spine. Okay? Now we're going to have this little moment of, you're going to transition from the shape that you're in into roll like a ball. So if it's wide, you can roll wide. Okay? So lift the feet, find your balance, wherever that is in your roll like a ball. Inhale to rock back. Exhale up. Inhale back. Exhale up. Inhale back. Exhale up. 2. And up. 1. And up. Okay? Plant the feet. Lift tall through the spine. Arms go out to the side for your twist. You can move the feet down a little bit if you need more space or more balance. Inhaling to lift tall through the spine. Exhale. 1, 2, 3 counts to twist back to center. 1, 2, 3 to center. 1, 2, 3 and center. 1, 2, 3 and center. One more set on each side. Squeeze down in the armpit. Lean forward. Last time. 1, 2, 3 and center. Roll like a ball again. Inhale to rock back. Exhale up. Inhale back. Exhale up. Do not roll to your neck. It's really supposed to be to the base of the shoulder blades. It's a short rocking position to smooth out, organize, massage all those little bits alongside your spine, the spinae erectors. Rest. Okay? If it feels comfortable to lengthen the legs out in front of you, go ahead, inhale to lift tall through the spine. Find that core contraction that keeps you there. I'm just going to turn so you can see better. Arms go out to the side. Spread the fingers really wide. Squeeze down in the armpit. Sit as tall as you can in the spine. If the knees need to be bent, that's fine. Okay, from here, arm rotations. It is just a rotation of the arm bone inside the socket. It does not get into the traps and the rhomboids. It is just the arm bone. Okay, so really work from the thumb, trying to rotate from there as if that's the lever for it, the handle. Okay, there may be a lot of music in there. That's just the way it goes. That's why we're doing them. Take that music out. Those are little muscles, ligaments, and tendons rolling over, getting caught on the bone, tight places and spaces that probably need more hydration, a little more water. okay? And maybe more rest and some warmer temperatures, right? Or oils, by the way, healthy oils that helps make all these muscles, ligaments, and tendons nice and supple as well. Coconut oil, olive oil, flaxseed oil, okay? 2 and 1. Bring the arms in, okay? If you're lengthened out on the mat, take the legs out. Heel and roll down through your spine. Bring the knees in, either up and over to plow or into legs up the wall. 3, 2, 1. Heel and roll down. If you can make the transition back to your plank. 3 pushbacks. 1, 2, 3. Walk, step, jump, or float to the front. Forward fold. Inhale to flat. Exhale, lower. Inhale to flat. Exhale, lower. Either inhale to flat or push. 3, 2, 1. Walk, step, jump, or float back. 1 little float. Lower to the mat. Up dog. Chin to chest. Lift from the space between the pubic bone and your belly button. Flip your feet. Bend at the knees. Lift your sits bones. Reach those sits bones for the sky. Squeeze down in the armpit. Bend at the elbow. Extend through the back of the knee crease. Leave the sits bones reaching long and tall. Shake the head no. If that mobility is in your body, it can find a place where the head reaches the mat. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale the heels. Exhale to your plank. Walk, step, float, jump, forward fold. Release the hands. Bend the knees. Heel and roll up through your spine. 1 vertebra at a time. Head's the last thing to float. Stay where you are. Shift your body weight back to your heels and standing. Roll the shoulders down and back. Feel the good electricity. Like, oh, yeah, that was some work. But the body's not exhausted. It should always feel like a little neon light that's on and buzzing by the time you step off the mat. The mark of a good session is that you feel better when you leave than when you arrive. That's the energetic clean sweep. It's not just about the endorphins, right? It's about the suppleness and fluidity and the circulation and the connection to this physical body and that little sweep of energies, whatever muck was sitting there before, whatever got stuck from yesterday, the things that we're worried about, the things that we're working on, the things that we're striving for. Start from a clean slate and feel like you got plugged in. There's more energy, there's more light, there's more to work with, okay? Thank you for being a unicorn in the world. It's important, it's really important, all right? And thank you for doing the work and for connecting in your physical body. Your soul thanks you for it, all right? So, you're making a good old home right here. I love you very much, and I'll see you next time.